hearing me, just let me know. All right. So thank you once again for joining us on this career info session brought to you by Amdari. And on today's session, we will be discussing hiring secrets, as you can see on the screen. What recruiters really look out for when they are trying to interview you, and what really makes them say, come on board, join us. We are more than happy to have you in our midst, right? What's that thing that would really get them to give you that congratulatory email that brings you on board their team? So once again, it's such a great honor and privilege to be here. And I'm so excited that you guys chose to, do this, create time to learn, even though you could have been doing something else. I joined a session yesterday and someone was asking me, okay, why did you, have to join this session? I think it's already in line with what you already do. And I said, you never can tell what you learn from another person. And for me, I really love to learn from different worlds of knowledge, right? So if you are talking about something, I would love to hear from you. I would love to hear what you have to say from your perspective. And to be honest, it's really, really contributed to my own personal growth. So whenever I see people join sessions like this, I am always, kind of excited, because I mean, we keep learning every day, and you never can tell where that knowledge that will really help you get to the next level, scale through the next, hurdle would come from. So thank you once again for joining us, right? Before we get straight into the conversation of the day, I really always love to do something. Get to know the people that I have with me on the call, right? So I would love to know where you are joining us from. So just type it in the chat, right? Where are you joining us from today? Just type it in the chat, right? So where are you joining us from? So just type your name. I'm joining from London. All right. Ayola is joining from London. Amazing. Hardeep is joining from Slough. Nelly from London. Ola, yes, sorry if I'm not pronouncing your name correctly, right? Tiffany is joining from Cheshire. I hope I pronounced that right. Timitope from West Midlands. All right. George is joining us from Glasgow. Lorita, my major reservation about locations in England is always the pronunciation. Like, okay, I hope I don't pronounce this wrong, but yeah, okay. Wolverhampton. Okay, Lorita is joining from there. Joy is joining from like Chester, Jude Leeds, Prince from Newport, Pandeti from Glasgow, and Taiwo from London, Jay from Nottingham. Thank you so much for joining us. Like I said, it's amazing to be here, discussing the exciting topic of how you can go from, open to work to actually having a job, right? So if you're currently in the job market, right, and you are looking to land a job and you've been struggling to land a job, actually, give me a thumbs up. You're in the job market, tech job market, right, and you've been struggling to land a job, please give me a thumbs up. Right, thank you for saying my email is okay. All right, that's from Ugochukwu. Okay, thank you, Lola. So you're in the job market and you're still struggling to land a job. I really want to be sure that this session has been properly prepared for the people on the call, right? So I don't want to, talk about something that doesn't particularly concern you or excite you. So that's why I would love to know if you are in the job market and you've been struggling to land a job. So if that is the case, I mean, I see a couple of reactions. Thank you so much. Thank you, Ugochi. Thank you so much. All right. So anyone here already learned a tech skill? Just give me a one in the chat, or just type the tech skill you've learned. You've taken a course, a tech course, right? It might be data analytics, it might be cyber security. Just type it. Okay, Prince, Cisco. Just type whatever tech skill, rather, right? Business analysis, data analytics, Prince networking, Olaye, BA, business analysis. Okay, Thompson, cybersecurity, Ames, data analytics, Lorita, data analytics. Okay, just keep it coming, all right? So you've taken a course already in any tech skill. Type that tech course. Just type it. That tech field that you've taken a course in, just type it in. All right, amazing. Thank you so much. So perfect. So now we have a couple of people on this call who have taken tech courses and they are still in the job market trying to land their first job in tech. So this session is perfectly for you. So I'm Dari, right, on its own has been able to discover this constant, challenge. People are done with bootcamp, people are done taking tutorial courses online. Now they are in the job market. And before they even went on taking this bootcamp, they were told something. Oh, for you to transition, you need to learn a tech skill, and not just any tech skill. It has to be a tech skill that recruiters are hiring for. It has to be a tech skill that employers honestly need, like as a matter of now, right? They need to hire for these roles. What are those tech skills? You went ahead, did your research, took the course, now you're done, and you've been in the job market for a couple of months. Did they lie? No, they didn't lie. Then what exactly is the challenge? The major challenge is the fact that the tech world is evidence based. The tech world works with, you know, proof as entry fee. So what's that proof that you have to show that you are ready? What's that proof that you have to show that you are the man for the job? They want to see all of this proof. This is something that would make them already see you as somebody that is ready to get the job done, or someone that is ready to really make an impact, right? Because these companies, hiring means investing in their workforce, investing in their talents, right? So if I am investing in getting quality people to join my team, then I want to go the route of investing in people that I know will give me a return on investment. And just taking a course and going straight into the job market will not make you feel come across as ready. So they might not go ahead with you. It's not personal, it's not about you, it's just they want more. So how do you become more? So this session will majorly be focusing on that. How you can go from being, someone with a certificate to being someone with more than a certificate and actually an experience, proof, right, to show for it. So now we've discovered this challenge and we said, let's create that environment that makes people job ready, right? That environment that fills the gap that is still on field by tech training companies. The tech companies have done their part by impacting you with the skill, right? But it stops at just the skill, not the experience. The best they can do in most cases is, okay, let's give you one or two capstone projects, but this is not enough to really show work relevant experience, to show commercial exposure or commercial impact, right? It's not enough to show all of this. So this is why these organizations will typically just tell you, okay, you know what? We are moving on with another person. You know what? Maybe at some other time you can try again. But right now, we are moving on with another person. So to move away from that person that gets this constant no, that is why we designed Amdari, right? We designed a low risk and controlled environment where you can learn on the job, where you can learn by doing, when you can build a portfolio, build the needed skill. And that is essentially what Amdari has been, able to impact quite a number of professionals in tech with. And right now, we boast of over 1,000 tech professionals that have gone through our program since November, which is the inception of the internship till now. Over 1,000 tech professionals across the UK, actually 95% of them from the UK, and the remaining 5% from US, Canada, Nigeria, Ghana, South Africa, and the likes. So the career path that Amdari focuses on in impacting this much needed industry experience are the career paths that are in demand, right? Career paths like data analytics, data science, data engineering, business analysis, project management, SOC analysis, ethical hacking, as well as GRC, right? These are the career paths that Amdari currently helps professionals gain experience in. Like I said, one of the issues that we discovered and that made us to start Amdari is the fact that a lot of job seekers are in the job market wondering what they are doing wrong, wondering why recruiters keep not giving them a call back for that interview. So we designed Amdari to make sure that that problem is fixed, and the brain behind that is Ifemena Ipro, who has over a decade experience working in the data ecosystem. And he has been able to impact quite a number of professionals by helping them transition from non-tech role or non-tech background to landing their first job in tech. So whenever I talk about transition, a lot of people just think we're talking, okay, we help them gain experience and that is it. We actually do so much more. It's a proper accelerator. So experience Amdari or experiencing Amdari, right, means you having a total career accelerator, you having a total career rebrand. So that's what we've designed Amdari to do, to help you with a total career rebrand. And Ifemena has wealth of experience working with companies in the UK, US, and Canada as a data science contractor, business data support lead, data analytics manager, global business systems analyst, business intelligence developer, management and data analytics consulting as well. He has worked in this capacity, and he has been able to help 8,500 participants transition successfully into tech, right? The same thing goes for our second co-founder, Adeza Suleiman. He has also been able to, impact over 2,850 professionals by helping them transition seamlessly into tech fields from non-technical background. He has worked across data science, data analytics, and also worked as a consultant in this capacity with companies in the UK, US, and also currently Canada. And he has over a decade experience working in the data analytics and management consulting. And when it comes to industries that he has also worked in, he has worked in sports, financial services, edtech, education, and edtech, energy, and automobile sectors. So these are the mighty, professionals that have come together to build Ambari, and it's based on the constant challenge that we have noticed in the job market. And then this is me, Omowunmi Victoria Samson, as you can already see on the screen. So I've worked across different sectors. I've worked in software engineering, I've worked in marketing, I've worked in product management and tech entrepreneurship. I have also been able to impact businesses in the edtech space, film tech, and also the marketing space as a whole. And I would say what I'm more passionate about is anything that has to do with human capital development, right? Currently, I'm a business and tech executive, and I work with Amdari as the Chief Technology Officer and Chief Operations Officer. And I would always say this, the work that we do at Amdari is very, very dear to my heart because of the impact that we get to make at the end of the day. We get to help professionals not just gain the skill, but transition seamlessly. The main reason why people take on this job is to honestly go from being a newbie to being job ready, right? So if the goal is to be job ready and land a job, then helping them achieve it totally is 100% what we are here for. And whenever we are able to achieve this, it's something that really gladdens my heart. So now back to the topic of the day, right? What exactly are we focusing on? We're focusing on things that has to do with the recruiter level insight. It's not enough to just submit your CV and expect an invite for an interview, right? I always say this, you need to put yourself in the shoes of the recruiter. What are the recruiters looking out for? Think like the recruiter. That might make it easy to actually land that job, right? Think like the recruiter. What's going on in the recruiter's mind? These are things that can really, really prepare you for that opportunity. Now, if you're able to know what the recruiters expect, you'll be able to prepare, right, to properly ace your interview. So beyond that, again, what do you need to do in order not to waste time when you are hunting, right? And why exactly does Amdari exist? And how have we been helping professionals in the UK transition seamlessly into tech? And then there is also the big bonus of the day, which is webinar only freebie, right? Now, if you are tired of getting ignored after every job application, please give me a thumbs up. You've been applying for jobs continuously, and at this point, you just want to get the job. Please give me a thumbs up. Thank you, Tim Tope. Thank you. So you've been trying to get a job. Thank you, George. All right. All right, Musa, thank you. Timmy Tope, thank you. So you've been trying to get a job. Remitoli, thank you, Blessing. and it's been a struggle and you are tired of, being in the job market for an unnecessarily long time, then this webinar is for you. Now, we will show you how to stop listing duties and start showing, proven impact. How to also send, how to get response when you send out your job application. So if you've been in that position where you've been sending out tons and tons of application and there is no response, there is no feedback, there is no callback, this session is for you. If you're tired of also being open to work with no interviews to show for it, this session is for you. So please, I know you might have joined a lot of sessions. I know that a lot of things that you hear from sessions sometimes might bore you, but I promise you one thing, just pay close attention to everything we'll be discussing in this session. It's not another tip to waste your time. It's not another session created to waste your time. When I come out to talk about something, I put my heart into it. I work with something that I know will really work for you. So I am not just here to be another, person that just comes on a session, talks about strategies, tips, just for the sake of talking without, having a strong or solid backing that this actually works. That's not the case. I prepared this session, right, and every tip that I'll be sharing with you today because I know that it will work for you. Trust me, right? It's not magic. I know a lot of times when it's just like when you're in class, right? When you're learning in class, and by the time you're done learning, you get thrown into the actual world, the real world, and you're like, nobody told us this. Nobody prepared us for this. Nobody told us the reality. Or, oh, courses will just scratch the surface. Nobody tells you the actual thing that happens behind closed doors. This session is that one that will tell you those things that happen, right? The key things that you should pay attention to, those things that strike a chord, like, oh, okay. I mean, those things that command attention, right? Those things that would help you get this job that you want. I have been in this position of, okay, I'm trying to get a job. I have been in the position of being a junior staff in a company, right? I know what has helped me grow. I know what has helped me climb up the ladder. So this session is to help you go from, being a job seeker, trying to transition into a role in tech, right? That's what this session is all about, right? So it is very important for us to follow closely. So like I said, this session will cover everything beyond all of this. So my colleague has been dropping tips in the chat. Kindly, she has been dropping this attendance form in the chat. Kindly fill the attendance form. It is going to really, really be how we help you, how we get to send the form, or rather the slides from this session to you, okay? So like I said earlier, we will not be talking about top 10 CV tips. We will not be talking about how to make your LinkedIn stand out. We will not be talking, because these are things that you most likely have heard numerous times, right? Not because they are not valid, but because there are other things that you can do that will give you an edge, right? In addition to every tip you've gotten for your CV. So yes, your CV needs to be up to par. There are things that you need to do, but what are the other things that you most likely might not be paying attention to? So that's what this session will majorly focus on. So we won't be taking too much time just to get just to cover a lot on this session so that everybody can go back to enjoying their weekend. So if you've been getting a lot of reactions, it most likely might be because there aren't things that show that you are workplace relevant yet, right? Or you don't have like an experience working in the UK environment. You're trying to get a job in tech. You've not worked in a tech company in the UK. Companies have been saying, oh, we need somebody that has experience working with a UK company. If you've heard something like that before, can you please give me a thumbs up? Like you're familiar with this, you've heard something like this before. Kindly give me a thumbs up, okay? You've heard something like, oh, we need you to be, workplace relevant, or we need you to be. Thank you, Ugochi. Thank you, Tosi. Thank you, Dad. So like I said, I would really like for us to be engaging, right? This session is not meant to be just me talking. I'd like to hear from you so that I know that we are in sync. Yes, I'll take questions towards the end of the session. Okay, Temitope, let me just call you by your name. So please fill the attendance form that my colleague has been dropping. That's how we get to share slides from this session. and also job seekers guide, right? So you might be getting all of these rejections, and honestly, like I said earlier, it is not personal, it is just structural and very, very key to the organization's growth as well. So it might be because, okay, you don't have the relevance that has to do with, workplace, or you don't have experience working in a UK environment and they want you to have the experience. So whenever you go in for interview, you need to bear in mind that when they ask you questions, it's nothing that has to do with course that you've taken before. They will not be setting these questions in line with, what are the 5 tools that you need to know how to use as a data analyst? They are basic questions. They are not the key determinants of if you will get the job or not. The questions they majorly ask you are context questions. And to be honest, context questions are all things that you will be able to answer correctly and ace properly if you have experience, right? I'll give us a brief of what these context questions look like, right, or sound like. But essentially, they will not be asking you course-related questions. They will be asking you context-related questions. This is how you're able to properly paint a scenario for them that will make them see how you will bring value to their team, right? They need to see how you will bring value to their team. And they will set these questions in order to be able to see through you, in order to see how you would really bring that value. So let's take a look at things from the recruiter's point of view. Essentially, this session is to see things from their view, right? So you have done 50 courses, that's an exaggeration, right? But you have done a lot of, you've taken a lot of courses, and that's good, that's awesome. That's the first step, right? It's very important, it's needed, it's the first step. Now, do you know how to handle a messy stakeholder who has changed the brief 3 times? That's one. If you've experienced something like that, you will be able to share a scenario. Now, you sharing this scenario will help them see a lot of things into your personality, your traits, and the type of professional that you are. Are you a team player? Are you someone who knows how to communicate very well? These are soft skills that makes you last on the job, right? They are not just things that get you in the door. They are things that helps you to stay longer. How do you communicate? How well do you communicate? You are painting a scenario for them already from an experience you've had. You just think you're answering this question, but they are seeing more into who you are as a professional, your soft skills, right? Your traits, the type of team player that you will be, the type of value that you bring to the table. Do you take initiative? So you're talking about how this stakeholder has changed the brief 3 times. And probably the third time this person is changing the brief, you are giving an insight, or you are giving a suggestion or recommendation already that, okay, sir, I think we should do it like this, or I think, so they can already see that you are proactive, you take initiative, you also think, right? You're a problem solver. So these are little things that are showing the kind of person that you are when you are answering this question to the recruiter. There's also another instance of, okay, you have learned SQL, that's amazing. But what did you do when a junior analyst broke the data pipeline and executives were waiting? How did you handle the situation? This would help them see the type of team lead that you are, right? Of course, you most likely might have fled up, like you were upset or something, but how did you correct this person, right? So what type of leader are you? And were you still able to meet up with the time? Or, okay, you were not able to meet up. Were you able to communicate immediately and effectively? And when communicating, did you throw the junior colleague under the bus by saying, oh, it's him, without just taking it up as, okay, it's a team thing, right? You make a mistake, we've all made a mistake. Let's see how we can fix this. So when you were communicating to the stakeholders as well, or the executive, did you go with the mindset of, oh, there is problem, or there has been a slight delay and we are handling it? That would calm them down. But if you go, oh, there is a problem and it feels like there is fire on the mountain, I have seen people that are like that, right? There would always be issues when you work with a team, when you work with people, when you're managing, a project. Like issues would always arise. How do you manage it? Do you make it seem like there is fire on the mountain and everything is going to burn down? Or yes, there is an issue on ground, but we are on top of it. We are handling it. That would help the executives to calm down, right? So the interview will let the recruiter start seeing this into the type of person that you are, right? And that is what brings us to what are those things that is going on in the recruiter's mind as you are responding to this, as you are responding to all of their questions, the things that's majorly going through their mind from even the little hints that I've given is, can this person blend into how we already work? So you've already painted a scenario. They can already see that you're a team player. Do you get that? They can already see the type of person that you are. So you blend already from the response that you've given, right? Can you also show the quality of work that you have done before? Do you have a proof of what you've done before, right? And would you need training from the way you've been responding? Would you need training? Would they need to train you, right? If the answer to this is yes, they might not want to take you, right? If the answer to can you hit the ground running from the get-go, right? From your response, can you hit the ground running? If the answer to this is no, they might not go ahead with you. What value are you bringing on board? Do you already get how teams operate? If the answer is yes, they most likely will go ahead with you. If they can already see the value that you're bringing on board. So from my instances, right, from the instances I painted, the scenario I painted, I would like us to respond if you would hire somebody like me, just like I painted the scenario. I have already told you that there's an issue and oh, we are on top of it. I didn't come like, oh, there is a problem. This is the person that caused it. I was on top of it. I was doing my part, but this person just messed everything up. And we're trying to see how, are you that person? Would you hire that person that just paints, oh, there is problem, or that person that acknowledges the fact that there is a problem, but we are on top of it, and we will make sure that we are done in due time? Would you go ahead with that person? Give me a thumbs up. That person that makes your mind, be at rest, and you're interviewing this person, and the person is painting this scenario that he has done this before, and you can already see that this is the type of person that this person is, right? This person controls the environment, thank you very much, Hardy, right? You would want to go with this person because this person not only takes ownership, this person has traits of a good leader, right? Because you don't want a team lead that would make your staff members resign. I have seen instances where team leads would make staff members resign because of how they manage staff members. So if you already see that, oh, okay, this person will be a team lead that would, help to keep the culture going. That's the part of blending into how you work and also understanding how teams work. You would want to go with the person that gets it, right? So please, if you are still following, please give me a thumbs up, all right? If you are still following, give me a thumbs up. Thank you, Timotokwe. And please, let's not forget to fill the attendance form that my colleague is dropping in the chat, all right? So thank you so much, Adeshina and Chioma. Thank you. All right, so these are the things that these recruiters want to just see when they're interviewing you. That's all that is going on in their mind. Now, you need to bear something in mind. All of this does not mean you have to come perfect. No, they just want to know that you have a track, record. You have proof of what you've done before. They just want to see an instance that just shows that, okay, you are someone that is capable and they can trust you to do the job. Not for you to be perfect, no, right? So this is very, very important because I know that sometimes we might get caught up in, oh, okay, do I need to know this? Do I need to know that? There is something called personality hire, right? And it's just the vibe you bring into the room. And how do you communicate your personality? How do they get to fall in love with you? It is purely because of your personality. And personality can only be properly captured with soft skills, the kind of person you are, and they already like you, right? There was a post I saw recently on Twitter where someone was talking about likability. Okay, I think it's from Tunde or Nokoya, the Chess in Slum founder, right? Where he said, you need to get people to like you. I kid you not. People recommend people just because of likeness. And of course, yes, your skill, you're good, but remember that you're not the only skilled person that they most likely will have in their network. But what makes you stand out? Are you likable? What would make you likable? It's these traits, these soft skills that we've been mentioning. Are you easy to work with, right? Do you take feedback, right? Do you come into the room with a bubbly spirit when it's time to talk about? Do you get my point, right? So personality. And when it comes to recommendations, the people that recommend you are people that have experienced you before. And when they recommend you, they are vouching for you already. We were recently hiring for a role at Amdari, right? And someone on my team sent me a message and said, "Oh, there is this person you interviewed yesterday. I was the one that recommended her. And trust me, I have worked with this person before." And he just went ahead to list the key things that any recruiter would want to hear, right? So, oh, and she's a team player. Trust me, she's this, she's that. All of the soft skills that would make you want to, okay, maybe just probational type of okay let's so personality hire is there. To be honest, do you have the skill? Are you good at your there are a lot of people in people's network that are good. What makes you stand out, what makes you 1% of that 1% is the personality aspect. A random person will not recommend me for his network because of course you want to recommend someone that would not also tarnish your image, right? So you would recommend someone you know and can vouch for. I have recommended a lot of people, and when I put out that word for them, I'll be like, he's an amazing person to work with. They don't interview people. There was someone also who was recently interviewed. He was not, his skill set and everything was not even put in. It's just, oh, they said he's amazing. And you would hardly get that wrong, right? Because the person recommending them is also somebody you already trust. So how can you be that person? Personality hire is a thing. The people you worked with before, what relationship did you build with them? Some people don't want to impress their teammates because you're not the ones paying my salary, you're not the one that hired me. But that might be the next person that would recommend you for that life-changing opportunity. But you built a relationship that is not as exciting, right? And they would be like, oh, this person is so difficult. Nah, I think I'll pass, right? Let me look for another person to recommend. So beyond impressing even founders or recruiters, you want to impress people that you're working with the kind of person that you are, with the way you work with them, right? So are you a team player? Are you, so all of those things are very important. So what exactly are recruiters consistently screening for? They are screening for a lot of things. And I've come, with these hidden cues, right? And like I said, honestly, one thing I have realized is the best way to actually learn is also from experience. And the best way to impact knowledge and share is from your own personal experience. And from my personal experience, and even hearing from other people, remember what I said at the start of this session? I love to listen to other people, I love to learn from other people. So a compilation of all of this has really shown us quite a number of things, right? Impact and projects that shows metrics are things that helps your CV stand out. Trust me, any day, anytime, the ATS is scanning for certain things. You can also browse or Google this after this session. The ATS is scanning for keywords and things that will command attention. Key things like metrics on your CV. And what are the things that these signals that you have commercial exposure, right? Recruiters will want to give you a call back for an interview when they see this on your CV. The other aspect is the aspect of clear, quantifiable outcomes. What impact have you had on a business before, right? One thing that this signals is the fact that you have delivered and you have impacted. And it's not just that you have learned a skill. Your CV has so much more than tools and skills that you have, used before, right? So when there is like a quantifiable outcome, there is impact, there is metrics on your CV, it is signaling something. So do you have this on your CV? Is your CV reflecting all of this? The other aspect is the mention of cross-functional experience or exposure. Have you done something with this team, that team? Have you, conversed with them? This would also show the type of team player that you are, right? Let me see why my lights went a little bit dim. So that's the major thing that this CV needs to really carry, right? Another thing that you need to pay attention to is the fact that your CV needs to have hints of you working on real business challenge. What this would indicate to a recruiter is that when they onboard you, there is low operational risk, right? Because you have done this with an actual business before. And then, do you have reference from a company in the UK? We talked about the fact that UK founders, UK companies would always want you to have experience working in a UK environment, right? They want to know if you worked with a company in the UK, and if you have a reference letter backing this up, makes it even easier, makes it even better. So what this is signaling is that there is legitimacy in everything you're saying, because now your CV is backed by a founder or a company that says, yes, you've done this and you've done it with us. So we are attesting to the fact that you have really, really impacted the business in this manner. You have really, done all of this. So these are things that the recruiters that are hiring consistently are looking out for. They just want to see all of these key things on your CV, right? Important, and please, not made up, because if it's made up, when you go in for an interview, you won't have stories to share. Stories that really show so much more, right? Soft skills, things that will make them confident, things that will make them see you as, that person that stands out, right? So beyond what you would get when you've gained the skill, there is also the aspect of confidence that comes from practice. Trust me, when you have practiced, when you know your onions, when this is something you do every time and every day, talking about it will just come naturally. And because it's coming naturally, you are looking confident, right? But let's take a step back, right? 2 seconds or 3 seconds into what I just said earlier about making things up on your CV, and the fact that if you make it up on your CV and you go in for an interview, because it's not a reality you need, because you didn't really do that in the real sense, right? The way you would respond to questions, these recruiters can tell that he just has things on his CV. I'm not sure this is what he has done. You get my point? So when you practice, you come from a place of um competence, right? Not just theory, right? To come from a place of competence, and this would really, really help you ace your interview, right? So what are those things that hiring managers want to see on your CV, but they rarely see? What do they want to see, right? I realize that a lot of times when sessions like this are done, it's always in direction of, oh, okay, these are things you should do, these are things you should not do. But what are those things that these recruiters also care about, right? They care about a candidate who speaks in deliverables, not duty, right? Don't list duties. And I'll show you how you can actually, list all of these deliverables, how you impacted, very important, right? They don't want you to, just talk about anything, but one who knows how to handle conflict in team settings. I painted a scenario with that earlier. Or there might be an issue with your teammates, there might be an issue with somebody, causing a problem with something you guys are working on, and that would delay your output. How do you handle it, right? There's another one. Are you that person who knows how projects move in the real world? They want to see this thing, but you don't have it on your CV, right? They want to see portfolio on your CV that shows depth, not just decoration. Do you have a portfolio that has projects that shows depth, right? These are things that they want to see. Things that would make it look like, okay, yes, you are proving that you've really done this in the real world sense, not just practice, right? So you have 6 seconds to impress the recruiter with your CV. Remember that when it's not recommendation, it's you applying the typical route of submitting your CV. So your CV is representing you in the room. If your CV is the one representing you when you're not there yet, when they have not experienced you, then you want your CV to say so much that captures your competence, that captures your skills, right? So you have 6 seconds, right, to impress them. So if you have 6 seconds to impress them, what do you need to do to make it count? The first 2 seconds, you need to make sure that the recruiters can see important things like the name of the company you've worked with, the job title, and the date of employment. Because at this point, they are just scanning through, right? Or rather, they're skimming through, looking at these key things. And it's in the F format. Trust me, I have checked a lot of CVs in the past, and even in the last couple of weeks. Last week it's been a lot, and one of the key things that we just focus on is, let me see what this person has done. Your job title. Now, you have taken a tech course, right? You used to work as a sales rep in maybe a healthcare facility, and you've taken a data analytics course, you have never worked as a data analyst. So you don't have data analytics experience or exposure. And your CV now that you're about to submit for this data analytics job has just your role as a sales rep. It's still not showing what you've done as a data analyst. And I am scanning through and I'm not seeing data analyst. I'm just seeing sales representative with this company, that company. I will not call you back. I will move on to the next. Because at this point, I am shortlisting. And for me to shortlist, I need people that fit into a particular category. And that is, have you done this before? So that's the first check, right? So if I see the job title that says data analyst, that is why it is important at the start of your CV. That job you're applying for is what should be there. In fact, not at the start, that CV should just be tailored for that job. It should just be data analytics role that you have there. No need for your sales rep role, no need for what you've done in the past. Maybe you were a doctor, now you're transitioning into tech. No need to put all those doctor stuff, title, and everything you've done. Just tailor this particular CV for this job for that role. Data analyst, where did you do it? Write the company name. What was the duration? Write it there. At this point, I am just scanning, right? So that's why it is important. And even when it's the ATS scanning, it is also scanning for this. So you've passed the 2-second rule. We're moving on to the next 2 seconds. At this point, this is where I'm looking for relevant keywords, e.g. the industry that you've worked in and also the tools that you know how to do. And the framework, I am pretty much scanning through right now, right? I'm checking for the tools. Oh, okay, you say you are a cybersecurity professional. Have you used Splunk? Have you used Wireshark? Have you used Autopsy? What are the tools that you have used before? Are they relevant to, the UK space, right? Are they relevant to the people that we are hiring right now in the UK? Are they relevant to the people we are hiring? Do you get my point? Like, are they relevant to the tools that we use, rather? Are they relevant to, what we're doing and everything? Are these the industry standard tools? Are they the ones you use? If no, and trust me, we have a lot of people that we've conversed with in the course of this, in the course of starting Amdari. And when they come on board and we're like, okay, what are the tools you know how to use? And when they mention it, they are either tools that are not so relevant. So I spoke with someone 2 weeks ago or last week, and she said, oh, I've taken data analytics course. And then I said, what tool did you learn? And what tool have you don't even need to have used it, right? But what tool did you learn? And she said, just Excel and every other tool she mentioned. She was saying Jira, Trello. Yeah, they are good project management tools, but they are not relevant per se to being a data analyst, right? Jira, Trello, and all of those. So the only tool I could really say that, okay, is in line is Excel. Now, that's what you have on your CV. But then I have another candidate that has SQL, that has Power BI, right? That has Tableau, probably even knows how to, use Python as well. One will tilt towards this person. So that's why you need to make sure that your CV has industry relevant tools and not just one, right? So the second, the 4 seconds, they are already checking out for these key things. So the last 2 seconds, right? What are they doing? They are properly paying attention now. They want to see what impact you have made, right? The accomplishment, because bear in mind that, okay, yes, I checked and you've worked as a data analyst, amazing. You've used the tool, like I can see the tools you know how to use, awesome, right? I like that. Now I want to know more about you at this point, right? I want to know more about you at this point. So I am diving deeper and I want to see what you've done. So you've been able to capture my attention and I just want to see what you've done. And at this point, checking what you've done, I'm just seeing things that are not quantifiable, right? There is no measurable impact. If you've impacted a business by helping them, save their the cost of acquiring customers by maybe 30% with an analysis and recommendation that you did, list it there. Now I can see that you have really made an impact on this business, right? Oh, I was able to do a sales analysis report, and with that report, I was able to help the company reduce the ad spend, right? By it might be percentage that you put, or it might be the actual amount that you helped the company save, right? This is good impact. This is good metric. So you're putting in there and we can really see what you've done. So that's how you can stand out again at this point. This is the point where they now go ahead to give you a call back, because I am curious. I want to know how you've been able to help this company to achieve this, right? So your CV has to be standard. It has to be in the UK standard format. Your contact info at the top, your professional summary comes next, right? And then your core skills comes next. What have you been able to do? The actual impact. And then your work experience follows all of that. Now, the work experience, you can see that we are listing a lot of metrics, right? And in fact, it has to even be in bold because you want to command attention. You can see metrics right here, right? So, and you can also see metrics, right? So these are the different ways that you need to make sure that your CV passes the 4-second rule and you move on to the next stage, which is interview. It is when the recruiters are curious about how you were able to achieve this for this company that they go ahead to call you. But from the get-go, they can't even see, what you've done before. They can't even say that, oh, you've worked as a data analyst. They will not bother to call you back. Now, you have revamped your CV. Let's assume you've revamped your CV from everything Omowunmi has said today, and your resume is done. What is the next thing? Of course, you want to get hired, right? And we've talked about the jobs that recruiters are consistently hiring for at the start of this. And we didn't make this up. We had to do our research. We checked LinkedIn, Indeed, Glassdoor, and all of the job boards that you see on my screen. What are those jobs that recruiters are hiring for consistently? And from the research that we did, we discovered that some of these jobs are business analysis, project management, data analytics, data science, data engineering, SOC analysis, pen testing, and also GRC. These are the career paths that they are consistently hiring for. And that's because of the ease of learning and ease of transitioning, right? And the fact that the pay is highly rewarding. I'm sure we've all done our research here and we can also attest to that. So if the companies, or rather, if organizations and recruiters are already hiring for this, and the future of jobs have already also gone ahead to list these as those jobs that recruiters are hiring for, then if that is the case, why am I still job hunting, right? I have listed all of the reasons why that is the case. So how do you become that person that has this experience that stands out? All you need is to combine, your technical skills and experience with employability skills, and that would help you land the job. Employability skills are those soft skills that stands out when you go in for an interview. Technical skills and experience are those things on your CV, right, that you are already highlighting. Your core skills, your soft skills, your experience, your impact, that's on your CV. Your employability skill is the one that you show them when you go in for an interview, like we have said earlier, right? So how do you get all of this, right? There's a system that has been designed and built to help you with that. And that is the system that gives you technical experience and employability skills. And that's actually what Amdari is here for. That's what Amdari essentially does. Now, how does Amdari do this, right? Amdari has designed an internship system, an internship program, right? Tailored for everybody like yourself, like everyone on this call. At the start of this session, I asked a question. If you've taken a tech course, give me a thumbs up. If you are in the job market, give me a thumbs up. Amazing. Amdari is here for you. If you've done a course in data analytics, we listed all those career paths. Everybody gave thumbs up. Oh yes, I've done these, and all that. So amazing. Thank you, Uju. So so now I know that yes, I am, speaking to my people. So now you're at that point where you want to just get the job. You need the system that will prepare you. Thank you, Femi. You need the system that will prepare you and make you ready, make you that candidate that stands out, right? And that is why we designed Amdari. And the way we have done this is through internship. So we have we get industry relevant business challenges and we design it after actual challenges that companies face. And with this industry challenge that we have designed, we have like a project briefing session with you and your teammates. You also get stakeholder briefing, all of the challenges that this particular business is facing. We have that conversation with you in a project briefing. The person leading that call is your team lead. So this internship is designed so you don't have an isolated experience. You have a team lead, you work in a cross-functional team, and you work with people, right? So When your project is assigned to you through the or during the project briefing, you come together as a team, you guys work on the project, brainstorm, right? Bear in mind that there is also training in between your delivery, right? While working on the project, your team lead is still guiding you and helping you to, navigate the project better so that you can finish in due time, and so that you can also have a major impact that you will be submitting. So by the time you guys come together as a team, brainstorm, work in a cross-functional team, you present your final solution to your team lead. And in some cases, there would also be one or two stakeholders on that call. And this impact that you've had, this business challenge that you've worked on, becomes something that you add to your CV, becomes something that you add to your portfolio. So you are not making anything up. So the internship you get at Amdari is not going to just be something that you make up. It's an experience and a reality that you live. Now, this internship system at Amdari comes with a total package, which is we revamp your CV for you. We give you work reference letter, right? We optimize your LinkedIn for you as well. So this properly prepares you for the job market, right? And the work reference letter comes from the founder as well. So you can share this with any recruiter on demand. You can also make requests for it at any time, and we make it available. And you can request for this reference letter for as long as 2 years, right? You can request for it next year. You can request for it in 2 years' time. We would always give you a reference letter. We also do like interview prep session with you, right? So let's say you have an interview in the course of your internship. You can reach out to us, and you have an employability specialist that sits down with you and walks you through the key things that recruiters would want to ask during an interview session. All right. So that's how we properly prepare you and make you job ready. All right. So this is me saying that this internship is beyond just project. It's interview prep session. It's mock interview session. It's a lot, right? It's LinkedIn optimization. It's portfolio building, right? It's mentorship session, a whole lot. And this spans for 6 months, right? Or 3 months, depending on the duration of time that you have to spare for the experience, right? So I'll take questions shortly, right? So how do we deliver this? I have explained that, all right? And this particular internship has helped our interns to thrive in a lot of ways, and some of them have even gone ahead to land job in the UK. And I would play one video and also show us a couple of testimonials that we have. We won't be taking too much of time. I see that we've not even spent an hour, so it's great. I'll be taking questions real quick. So how has this internship helped our interns to thrive better in the job market, right? They've been able to work in cross-functional teams. That has helped them. They have scenario-based questions. They understand how to respond to interview questions and context-based questions with the STAR approach, right? Situation, task, action, and results, right? They have also mastered industry relevant tools, from Splunk for the cybersecurity guys to Confluence for the project managers and business analysts and the like, to Power BI for data analysts, to Python for data scientists, to Docker Studio for data engineers, just to list a few, to be honest, just to list a few. They also got to work on 8 to 10 scoped projects, industry relevant projects, impactful projects, projects that indicate that you have made an impact, right? They worked on about 8 to 10 of these projects in the course of 6 months. They also got feedback from UK-based professionals. You are not working in isolation. You're working and interacting with professionals in the space with UK relevant experience, with experience across the globe and the likes, right? They also were able to build a portfolio built with real projects, not random projects, not practice projects, right? And they also got UK reference letter. Now, this is how we've been able to help them to secure this experience, right? And before we dive right in, let me quickly show us a video from one of our interns that landed a job before she was even done, right? She enrolled with us in November. She has already gotten a job, and this May was her last month on the program. So let's quickly hear from Damilola. So yeah.
Hi everyone, my name is Damilola and I'm here to share my experience as a data analyst. I started out my training with data analytics where I got to learn extensively skills that I needed to upskill and also the tools that I needed to be a seasoned data analyst. And based off on that experience, I moved on to becoming an intern with Dari. And what informed my decision was the fact that we were given or we would be given live projects to work on, real life projects to work on, and also a lot of tools that I haven't come across or used in my daily work. And it's been a very good experience. It's been great. It's been challenging because it is pretty much like a second job, and it would push you and it would push you to actually do better. It's been fun. I've gotten to meet a lot of people. We have teams, we have daily stand-up meetings, we have mentorship sessions where we get to work on our CVs and just learn about the job market, use different tools, hear from other people and learn from them also. And also we have great mentors that would always be there for us whenever we needed help with anything. Overall, it's been a really awesome experience. And I started in November last year, and right now I have landed myself a senior role in procurement. And it was the training that I got from Dari and also Analytics actually helped me and set me apart to give me the exposure that I needed to get the role. I would encourage everyone out there that wants to go this line and take this opportunity to actually go for it, as it would help a lot and to give you the experience that you need. And thank you guys.
Please give me a thumbs up if the video was very audible and you heard what she said. All right, thank you, Dan. Okay, so that's how we've been able to help them even get jobs beyond internship, right? Like I said, everybody that starts this program is starting with a goal in mind. Oh, I've been struggling to get a job. So going this route means I want to get a job. How will the system help me? How will I position? We make you a total package. Now, with Damilola working as an intern at Dari, alongside a couple of other interns, that she was able to, gain not just cross-functional experience, but also land a job. How was this done? Now, I'll paint this scenario. Now, this is Amaka, right? One of our consultants, and she's an intern at Dari. We use the word consultant on your CV and even to qualify you so that, Damilola just mentioned, even before she's done, she has already landed a senior role. So landing a senior role is only because we didn't put intern on her CV. She's working on nothing less than 8 projects. It is immersive. It's a lot. It's drilling. It's something that builds you, right? So if you're going that, deep and immersive in working on gaining experience, putting intern will just undermine everything you've worked on and gained, right? So that's why we don't use interns for our consultants. We just call you consultants, right? So now moving on, this is Amaka, a data analyst consultant with Dari, and she has just finished a project briefing. The project briefing is the part where I said they will be, given the project that they're working on, and they'll get the proper understanding of the business challenge, the company name, all of the details about the business challenge that they'll be working on. Now, in this session, she receives a challenge. A startup in Ireland is struggling to understand why their customer churn rate has increased by 27%. Thank you so much, Kale. Thank you so much. So why has it increased by this percentage? So she has been given this task to use data to uncover the reasons and recommend actionable strategies to reduce churn. Now, this is a very new terrain for her because she has never worked in a subscription-based tech sector before. That is why you have a team lead. That is why you're not working in isolation. That is why you have teammates, right? And that is why there is micro training even when you are working on projects. We understand that the people jumping on this internship are career switchers and they had just taken a course. So they've never worked in this capacity before. Some have not even practiced properly using certain tools. So we've still designed the system to help you train while you are learning, while you are working on your project. So you are not isolated, and it's every week interaction with your team lead for 6 months, right? So you are not isolated, you are not working alone. There is micro training going in between your project execution. So now, Amaka rolls up her sleeve and she conducts market research because she has not done this before. And she dives into industry reports. She seeks Dari mentor. This is where the training comes into the picture. She doesn't even need to seek, right? It's already in your calendar. You know the days that you have to meet with your mentor, right? And it is based on how you guys have agreed. It's based on how you guys, and again, you're not just, me and the mentor. No, you are working as a team. It's just like working in any company. I don't think it's always you and your boss, No, it's you, your boss, and your other teammates. So that's the experience. So when you set up meeting times, it is based on what you all have agreed on. It's not imposed on you. Okay, so we should have meetings every week. What day works for everybody, what time works for everybody. Again, the beautiful thing about the program at Amdari is 95% of our interns are in the UK. So that means that the time zone, everything is already the same, right? And everybody's schedule is always looking similar, right? So it's easier to agree on a time that works for everybody. So now she works with her mentor and her teammates to deliberate on the different perspectives and approach the problem from a perspective that they've seen that would work, right? So since she has a team member, or rather, since she has team members from the UK and US and the likes, they debate: should we focus on the customer support wait time, or is it the issue? Is the issue product related? These are the smart questions that you guys get to ask as a team, and your team lead is in the picture every step of the way, so that if there is any point in time you need something, this person is there to provide you with the support you need, right? So once you guys arrive at the solution, you worked on it, project execution, you have your stand-up and drop-in sessions, you had your micro training sessions as you were, solving the problem. Amazing. You have 3 weeks to be done with the project. It's always 2 to 3 weeks, right? So there are projects you can typically be done with in like a week or 5 days, but because majority of the people that jump on this internship are career switchers, so we extend the duration for completion. So we always tell you, you can dedicate 1 hour in a day to this internship, but you are working Mondays to Fridays. But please dedicate at least 1 hour in a day, at least 1 hour in a day. So once you dedicate at least 1 hour in a day to the program, amazing, you're good to go, right? And you get to work on this project. You can already see that the approach to solving or finding a solution is always the STAR approach: situation, task, action, and the result. And by the time you're done and do your final presentation, you get a constructive feedback from your team lead, right? And like I said earlier, we have amazing people who have benefited from this program and landed a job. First, I've played us a video from someone who got a job. This is another person under cybersecurity that got a job. So you can see what he says here. Hi, Tofa. Tofa is his team lead, right? So hi, Tofa. Good evening. It's Adewumi. I just wanted to give you heads up. I won't be able to join the drop-in sessions or participate fully in the project. I have finally landed, emphasis on finally landed, a job, and I am to resume upper, I think it means upper week, that's in 2 weeks' time. The first few weeks will be very busy, and hence I might not be able to participate in the project, but I will love to still be involved and have access to the project as well. Now you can see this is saying he is still in the program. He is not done, but he has gotten a job, right? And he went ahead to ask his mentor, also, I would love to connect with you professionally. It's my first cybersecurity job. So you can see we don't just help them gain the experience. This is the first job. So it's typically people who are just trying to get that job. Or I don't have experience, I've been struggling. He's not done yet. The duration of this internship is 6 months or 3 months. This person went for 3 months, by the way, right? This person went for 3 months, and he is still going to continue, right? He's not done. We'll still get to the second one. So he's requesting if he can connect with his mentor for support, because this is his first job. You have access to your mentor even after your program with Amdari. There is on-the-job support. You will see that shortly, right? So this is another person, right? This is data science. So he says, good morning. I made last payment for my 3 months internship about an hour ago. The last payment because it is instrumental, all right? So I am thinking of extending to 6 months because I like the project we worked on recently. Emphasis on projects we worked on recently, and the next one, that's the proposed one, he is looking forward to it. So this is it. Yes, some people get jobs within 3 months, some people it's towards the end of their 6 months, but at the end of the day, as long as you are dedicated and devoted, as much as Amdari is pouring in so much into helping you get this experience, then you will definitely see results, right? We are always looking for ways to make sure that this experience is perfect for everybody that is onboarded. And it's because at the end of the day, what gives us joy is not just, oh, I got the experience, but I got the job, right? That's one thing that gives us so much joy. So this is how Amdari is helping quite a number of them. We have Andrew, a business analyst who joined us from the UK, Nima from the UK data analyst, Solomon, UK data analyst, Busayo, data science, Nigeria, Olani, data analyst, UK, Stephanie, Ghana, data analyst, and also team in cybersecurity. So these are the different people. I think we played some of their testimonials at the start of this session, right? So now we do a total rebrand, like I said at the start of this. You work on nothing less than 8 projects if you go for 6 months, and nothing less than 4 projects if you go for 3 months, right? And you work in cross-functional teams, you get on-the-job support, right? You get mentorship, one-on-one mentorship, you get career coaching, you get interview prep session. You can, even when there is actually a schedule for interview prep, but even when you don't have an interview prep coming, but you have an interview coming, you can request for an interview prep session and the employability specialist will jump on it with you. We revamp your CV by updating it with the actual experience you have gained, right? This is the on-the-job support I was talking about. When you get a job, you can reach out to us. We will still provide you with support, just like the other consultants requested for support from his team lead and mentor, and there is job reference letter. All right. So that's the amazing way to go about this. The next cohort is starting next week, Saturday, right? So that's in a week's time. By this time next week, they would have been onboarded. So that's just 1 week to getting started. So to take advantage of this, all you need to do is enroll. Now we have a special offer going on, and that is, yes, the fee for 3 months internship is £390, and the fee for 6 months internship is £750. But with just this 390, you can get 6 months worth of experience. So you don't need to pay 750 to get 6 months. Just pay 390 to get 6 months experience, right? So that's you saving £360, right? So you don't also need to pay everything all at once. You can pay in bits, in installments, and to make payments is easy and straight to the point. I will take questions real quick, but like I said, this special offer is just for the next 24 hours. So if anybody wants to take advantage, with just £130 today, you can secure your spots. And you won't have to pay £750 to get 6 months. You just pay £390 and you get 6 months worth of experience. And it is just by securing your spots with £130, you can pay 3 times. £130 this month, £130 next month, £130 in 2 months' time. That's you paying for 3 months, right? It is 3 installmental payments, not 1 installment payment. And to secure your spot, it is very, very easy. Just click on the link that I will drop in the chat. I'll be taking questions now in like 2 minutes time, right? So just click on this link that I'm dropping in the chat. I just dropped it. So just click on the link that I just dropped in the chat. Once you click on that link, you will be redirected to this page right here. You'll be redirected here, which is the Amdari Internship Enrollment Center. Once you're redirected, scroll down to select your program of choice. Do you want to intern as a data analyst, data scientist, data engineer, business analyst, project manager, SOC analyst, ethical hacker, or GRC specialist, right? Let's say you're interested in data analytics internship. Remember I said we have an offer. Pay for 3 months, get 6 months experience. So just select these 3 months here so that you can have the payment link for 3 months, right? So you don't pay for 6 months. So just click on secure spot, please select 3 months. Once you do that, you'll be redirected to this page. All right. Once you're redirected here, all you have to do is just select 3 installments. You can see one-time payments, two monthly payments, or 3 monthly payments. Just select this one, the third one, 3 monthly payments. Click on secure spots. Once you click on secure spots, you would see the breakdown. If you pay £130 today, you pay the next £130 in a month's time, and then the final £130 in 2 months' time. So you pay in 3 installments. Just secure your spots with £130 today to get started and to take advantage of this offer because it's just for the next 24 hours, like I said. So once you just do that, click on proceed, right? Once you click on proceed, you would get the prompt that asks you to fill your form, input your payment details, and once the payment is successful, you will be redirected to this form. It is the enrollment form. Please fill the form, because this is how we get to send you the offer letter and every other thing regarding your internship, your job description, and every detail like that. So you fill it with your name, your last name, your registration email, your country of residence, your current status if you're a career switcher, and put your number. Click on next, right? I'll be taking questions in like a minute time. This is the final thing I'll show you. So once you click on next, let's click on next again. Which internship program are you interested in? Select the one you're interested in. Upload your payment receipt, right? Please upload your payment receipt, and then type in the name on the account that you used in making payments. So terms and conditions, read it, click on yes, you've read it. Select 6 months. Remember that I said it's discount, right? It's discount, and it's a special offer just for the people on this call. So to take advantage of it, please make payment between now and the next 24 hours. And I forgot to mention that we actually have just 5 more slots left for this offer, right? So if nobody takes it up in the next 24 hours, we'll close it. But the first 5 people that take advantage of it, even if it's not up to 24 hours yet, we will be closing that offer. We've been running this offer for some time now, so we are going to be closing it very soon. So once you're done, select 6 months, click on next. Once you click on next, do you want to split your 6 months internship into separate 3 months internship? What this means is, do you want to do business analysis for first 3 months and project management for the last 3 months? Or do you want to do data analytics for the first 3 months, business analysis for the last 3 months? You don't have to pay extra. Just that same payment covers for all. And this is because some people always request to do it like that. But if it's just one program you want to do for all 3 months, amazing, right? Just go ahead. So your response should be determined by your plan, right? So just yes or no. First 3 months, you can select what you want to do. Second 3 months, you can select what you want to do. Cybersecurity professionals also get to find this handy very well, because they split SOC, ethical hacking, and GRC. So when do you want to start? 7th of June, select it. How did you find out about Amdari? Select it. And what influenced your decision? Select and submit. And that is all. It is so easy to secure your spot for the internship. So I will be taking questions now. So please just raise your hands. I think I have a question in the chat. So Susan, cybersecurity was broken down into this that you see on my screen: SOC analysis, ethical hacking, and GRC. For people that requested to specialize, we had to break it down because a lot of them want to specialize, right? So, excuse me. So we had to break it down, Susan. So if you're interested in breaking it down, SOC analysis and ethical hacking, you can do 3 months, and you just pay with the price of 3 months. You don't need to pay for 6 months. So please give me a thumbs up, Susan, if you got that. That is clear. All right. So Ogochukwu says, I will like to secure my spot. Okay, so amazing, Ogochukwu. I just dropped the payment link again. My colleague has done that, right? So I just did. So you can secure your spot with just £130. Like I said, if the 5 people that secure their spot do that before the 24 hours, we will be closing this offer, right? So yes, the offer is for 24 hours, but it's still limited to just 5 people. So once the 5 people have secured their spot, we will be closing the slots. We don't want so much people. We try to make sure that the number we have is the number of people that we can manage. We had to close project management for like 2 months because we had exceeded the bandwidth for taking more people. So yes. Hadip says SOC analysis, threat, career experience internship. Does it cover any certification? Okay, no. So this is just a career experience. You're coming to gain experience, build a portfolio of projects that have impacted businesses, right, with business challenge and all of that. So it's not a certification thing. It is more of you having reference later to land a job, right? So while we will be helping you get trained in the course of the program, we don't give you certificates because we believe you've taken a course before. This is just to take your course to a higher level, the level that prepares you for getting a job, the level that gives you experience, gives you commercial exposure, gives you cross-functional team to work with, gives you a mentor that you work with every day, Mondays to Fridays, right? Where you have drop-in sessions, micro training as you're solving business challenges, as you're working on projects. So that's essentially it. Can you give a list, any list of things it cover? Yes, definitely, Hardik. I will show us that real quick. What if I haven't taken a course before but want to do my course alongside the internship? You can do that. The beautiful thing is now that we have included micro training, right? We've gone big on training now. Before, if you asked me this question 3 months ago, Carl, let me just call you Nuka. So if you asked me this question 2 months ago, I would say go take the course first. But because we've included micro training alongside you working on this project, yeah, you can take your training and do the internship together. Femi says, do you guys do software engineering? No, Femi, we don't. We only cover for the career paths that you see on my screen, all right? So hopefully in the nearest future, we would add software engineering. Okay, so yes, that's essentially it. So please, if anybody wants to ask me more questions, kindly raise your hand. Let me show us something real quick, which is more of the calendar of your internship. Now, if you're coming for 6 months, this is week 1. And of course, 6 months is perfect and amazing because why? You would not even have to pay for 6 months. You just have to pay for 3 months because of the offer that we have. Limited to 5 people, expiring the minute that 5 people have secured their spot, okay? Please use the link in the chat that we dropped for payment, and we would, once you're done, please fill the enrollment form. Please don't forget to fill the enrollment form. So week 1, you have orientation and onboarding. This is what happens in week 1. Welcome session, onboarding, website address, team lead, and team introduction, right? Week 2, project 1 briefing and 2 training, right? So this is the project kickoff, 2 walkthrough, expectations, projects assigned with problem statement, team lead sync and kickoff call. Then week 2 again, project execution and drop-in sessions. This has, started. This is where you work on deliverables, attend stand-ups, midpoint feedback. This will happen weekly for any ongoing project, right? This is also where you get to work with your team lead as you're working on projects on a call. So you are properly guided. You are properly guided throughout, right? And you get to complete this project. Then project is reviewed by week 3, and your team review is done. Feedback, final project demo, 2 panel, right? Like I said, can be a group of your team lead and some stakeholders. You present your findings. Everybody talks about what they contributed, right? But as you're working on the project in this stage, project execution, you're getting feedback, right? Now, week 6 is where you start your CV revamp because you've already worked on project 2. Can you see? So your CV revamp and review happens here. So live session with employability specialists with template support for revamping your CV. So you can see that week 7, you're already in project 3, right? Briefing and tool training. The same process that you did with project 1. This is a new project, new tools. You're getting better week after week. Then week 10, LinkedIn optimization, right? Week 10, interview prep session and mock interview. Week 11, mentorship session, right? And week 13, you already have your career workshop with a mentor. Now, by week 13, you started your 5th project. You can see it here. So that's how it goes on and on. You can see that week 16, you're already in your 2nd mock interview session. So we don't wait until you have an interview to start prepping you. But like I said, you also don't need to wait until it's this date to request. If you already have an interview, you can request for prep session, right? Your portfolio building and review also starts from week 14. And you can see it goes on and on. Week 21, job application support. Remember that you've been having the support bit by bit, right? You can see right here that we have mentorship session 3. So all of this is preparing you in every ramification. And then by the end of the day, week 25, you get your exit review, exit conversation, and we get to induct you to the alumni network of Amdari. That's where you continuously get to get support, requests for on-the-job support, have close contact with Amdari team members, participant relation, myself, the internship experience lead. That's how you get to still have access to us, right? Okay, so Tosin says, are your students not students, interns. Okay, so let me just rephrase that for you to see. Are the interns using your internship slash company as working for a UK company? Yes, Amdari is based in Canada, but we are registered in the UK as well, right? So we have some business partners in the UK as well. So you put Amdari as your on your CV when we revamp it. For someone who doesn't have a certification, it doesn't matter. Before I'm even done with reading it, certification is not needed to take part in this internship, Joy. Do you have any suggestion of certification platform so that we can do the certification along the training? Now, yes, that's something we will definitely do. So you can do the certification alongside the training. So yes, it would even be perfectly recommended for you by your team lead once you come on board and once you start working on the project. So yes, you don't need this certification to try to start this program. You don't need it to start this program at all. I thought you wanted to ask if you need it to start, but yeah, you don't need it. But of course, learning is very important. Continuous learning, we encourage. The fact that you're doing this internship does not mean you should stop learning or try gaining more knowledge from other sources. Please, the internship is building you, but continue getting knowledge from other sources. It might really help you on some projects. It might really help you share knowledge with your teammates. So it's really something that would really help on the long. Okay, so you all can unmute your mic now. So please, if you have a question, just raise your hand. Okay, if you have a question for me, please just raise your hand. So we have the Google Classroom. This is where we put and upload resources. So when I say resources, I mean video recording from your sessions and the like. So let me quickly show us something. Let's click. Let me just click business analysis. Okay, you can see this is January cohort. And if you scroll down a bit, right, you can see that they've had this session, interview mastery bootcamp. You can see project mentorship. So these are things that have been delivered. This is LinkedIn optimization. So let me click on interview mastery bootcamp. So when we say we do this with you, we're not just saying it. It's been delivered to people that have taken this, that have started and embarked on this journey with us. So you can see what we have here. We also upload projects here as well. Let's scroll down a bit. You can see one-on-one CV session recording. So you can go back and watch. You have access. I'll show you the people that we have here so that you would see that it's not just a platform and I'm not just saying all of these things. You can see 18 technical and behavioral interview, as you can see right here. And the date that it was delivered is also here, right? So this is the recording. If we play it, the video, this is PDF document for you to go back and, just digest everything. If I go back again, okay, yes, we've checked that. One-on-one CV session, we've also checked that out. Positioning yourself, it's a mentorship session. So you can see all of that. So you can see higher sense project progress reports, right? User story, epic development, CV optimization. This is how they get really engaged. So I know that someone was asking for cybersecurity earlier. So you can see this is a new material that was uploaded as at 26th of May. This was just a few days ago. So it is Honeypot. It's a project, introduction to Honeypot. It's a project, so let's click on that. So you can see the video from their session, right? I forgot to show us people from earlier, but yeah. You can see drop-in session, Splunk cheat sheets. You can see, right? So this is for, was it Hadi that said, can I show like samples of project? So I'm not just showing you documents, I'm showing you even what has been done, right? You can see Monday project briefing, right? You can see the project briefing, and this is it. If I click on this, for example, okay, it's loading. So I'll take questions real quick. I just want to show you guys what. So this is how it's delivered. You can see. Oh, I guess it's too big. Okay, but yes, essentially, I just wanted to show you that. So let's just come back here. So this is the project briefing. It's a group thing. So you're not working in isolation at all. Who are the people on this team? For example, you can see the team lead right here. You can see the team leads that we have right here. Cynthia, right? Growth internship at Amdari, participants relation, Amdari internship, Amdari growth, all of that. When you scroll down, So your some stakeholders are here as well. These are like some names that you see. So you can see the 7 team members for this cybersecurity. So like I said, we don't always take a lot of people. That was why I said, please, if you want to secure your spot, do so before it is all taken. 5 people for this offer, 3 months internship payment to secure 6 months, and you can spread it and do SOC for anyone under data cybersecurity. You do SOC, you do ethical hack, however you want to combine it, however anybody wants to combine it, right? So okay. So you can see the assigned tasks, the assigned projects to work on and everything like that. So vulnerability assessment at Nova Edge. So you can see this as well, right? I really quickly want to check who dropped that comment. So yes, for someone who doesn't have, okay, I've responded. Okay. So yeah. So please, if you would like to get the material to this session, please fill the attendance sheet that my colleague has dropped, like I said at the start of this, right? So yes, Hardeep, you were the one that requested. So you can see what cybersecurity also covers, right? So you can see vulnerability assessment, different things. It goes, you can see me still scrolling. This is how engaging this experience is for the interns, right? So, and you see that this is the January cohort. So if I scroll up, you see February cohorts, right? This is March. If I scroll up, this is April, this is May, right? And June is starting soon. So if you want to start with June, we've already created the assessments group for that also. So yes, that's essentially how we deliver this experience. And the calendar was also shared with us just now. So please, I'll be taking questions. You can unmute to speak, right? Joanita says, can you please touch on the payment and payment plans again? Okay, so I'm here. Let me drop the link for payments real quick. Okay, so yes. So this is the payment link. I have just dropped it. Now, how do you make payment? Click on that link. Okay, before I show you how to do that, the plan, pay £390 to get 6 months worth of experience. That means you save £360.